How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft build tutorial. Now today we're finally back in the castle world, continuing this series. I know I haven't made a video in this world for a little while, but as I've mentioned in some other videos, I've just been very busy with uni, and this sort of video, especially in the castle build, takes quite a lot of preparation to actually do. So if you want to know how I built any of this, just check out the playlist. I will have a link to that in the description, as well as a playlist with just all my build tutorials if you're interested in any of that. But I've done 3 videos in this world so far. One was just planning out the castle, which was a pretty simple video. And then obviously I showed you how to build this entrance and then also the walls in a separate video. So today we're going to be building something that I'm not really sure what to call. It's probably just going to be called a large tower in the video title, but I've also contemplated calling it like an armory, and it's also sort of a keep, but it's not the main keep because that's going to be a big one over here. But it's essentially a smallish version of a keep, but also a large tower, so I don't know what you want to call it. If you guys come up with a name for it, then just leave it in the comments down below and I might retitle the video. But obviously I don't really know what to call it. It's just sort of a cool looking castle building, I suppose. That's going to be going over here. So what we have laid out here is just a 15 by 13 rectangle. So it's 15 along the front here and 13 on the sides. So almost a square, but not quite. And also keep in mind that the wall is going to be coming along the back of it. So that's sort of the position of it that you want to build. Obviously, if you're doing this in your own castle and it's in, you know, a different spot, then that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to start off by just building the basic foundation of the entire building, and then we're going to go back in and detail it, because I think that's probably the best way to show how to build something, and it also means that you can make your own improvements yourself. And just when I'm planning buildings, that's how I do it. I start with shape and then I go in with detail. So we're going to be starting with shape here today as well. So obviously starting with the base, like I said, we've got this 15 by 13 area, and we're essentially, remember the blocks we're going to be using is going to be a mix of stone bricks, cobblestone, stone, andesite, and polished andesite. So now when I build it, I'm just going to be building in one block, and then I'm going to use World Edit to go back in and change some of the blocks. But keep in mind, if you're building this in survival or without World Edit, you're going to want to place the blocks as you go. So obviously we got this 15 by 13 area, and this is going to be 10 high. So starting with the ground level 1, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to bring this all the way along to here. And it's just going to be a big rectangular prism shape. Nothing too difficult there. And there we go, we have our stone brick prism. Now to change this, I'm going to go ahead and select all the stone bricks. And now the command I'm going to be using to replace these is I'm going to do replace stone bricks, and then I'm going to be doing a combination of all those blocks that I mentioned earlier. So I'm essentially going to do 25% stone bricks, 25% cobblestone, 25% andesite. And then for the last bit, I'm going to be doing 20% stone and just 5% polished andesite. And then obviously that all adds up to 100, so enter, and there we go, we've got our good mix. So if you're not using World Edit, just keep in mind that that's the rough sort of ratio you want to be going with. And that obviously is interchangeable. If you're doing this in survival, you have more cobblestone than stone. Obviously you can do primarily cobblestone, and it's not too big of a deal. So now what we're going to do to build the next section is going to come down to one of the corners here, and we're going to count up 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on the 8th one, just place a block sticking out like that, and then same on that corner. And then we're going to bring this 9 blocks up total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we did that here as well, so if we do that same thing on all sides, which is just 3 from the top, if you want to count it that way, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to bring this around. And then same here. And we're essentially just going to make a ring going all the way around the building. So then what we're going to do is also place a blocks in from the top, so the same height as these ones up here, and bring it all the way along, and then we're going to fill in that rectangle there, once again with the mixed blocks. So now what we're going to be doing is building the towers on the top. So we're going to have 4 little corner towers going up a little bit. So come to one of the corners, and essentially you got the 3 blocks here, right in the middle. Just there you want to place a block and then come out 1. And then along here you're going to bring it 1 across this way, and then in 1 on that corner, and then another 1 like that. And there's going to be 3 on this side, and then essentially just make a circular shape. So here it's going to be 3. And then 1, 3, 1, 3, and then connect it with the 1. So you're going to be getting a circular shape just like that on the corner. And we're going to be placing that on all 4 corners in the same spot. So if you want to look at it a bit of an easier way, just start in the corner and then do 3 like that. So now including that 1 block ring, we're going to take that up 8 blocks total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then build a ring along the top. And that's how high you're going to bring all 4 towers. And there we go, we have our 4 towers along the top, just like that. So now we're going to essentially blend these 3 sort of sections together a little bit better by adding some curves. So for that you're going to need a variety of stairs and some slabs as well. And we're going to start off at the front here, and just on these corners we're going to place a stair underneath these corner blocks coming down. Then coming up one, we're going to place a stair facing towards the center, and then bring in 2 blocks going across like that. And then just on these blocks we're going to place 2 slabs, and then go back to a block, and another block with a stair underneath it, and a block in the middle. And then you're essentially going to repeat that same thing over this side. So a stair at the bottom here, then a stair facing inwards, 2 blocks, 2 slabs, and then a block again, and a stair just here. And obviously we can fill in this section like that. So now you've got these little curved shapes at the front. Now this is going to be different on the sides. So if we come around here, obviously we've got the stair at the bottom. We can do that on the back as well. Actually, we could probably leave the back because the wall's going to be coming around here, so we can just leave that pretty much blank for the moment. Don't worry about doing this stuff in here. So then coming up in one, we're going to place a stair, which is the same as the front. But then instead of 2 little curves, we're going to do 1 bigger one. So come in with some blocks. We're going to place just 1, I believe again. Yes, so do that same on this side. And then we're going to be placing 2 slabs on either side. So in the middle, it's just going to be 3 blank. And there we go. We got that shape just there. And obviously do that same shape on the opposite side over here. There we go. Very simple shape. Should be easy for you to follow. Alright, so now coming to the towers, we're going to start with this one on the right. Obviously they're all going to be the same, so you can repeat it once I've showed you this. So in the middle, we're going to place a block and then a stair underneath it facing outwards just like that. Then either side of that, we're going to place more stairs but facing the other direction to the side. Now in the corner here, we're going to place 1 block and then a stair coming from the center going to the right. So just like that. And then obviously do this same shape just here. And then that is what we want to repeat on all 4 corners. But keep in mind, this stair is going to be facing outwards on this side, and then on the back it's going to be the exact same direction. And there we go, that's all the towers done, which is pretty simple. There's nothing too complicated about that. So now that we got that, we can pretty much start detailing essentially. So we're going to add some support just on the sides, because on the front we're going to be doing something a bit different, and the back obviously there's going to be a wall coming along here, so we'll do that later. But essentially we're going to be placing some blocks. So starting in the corner we're going to do 1, and then coming in we're going to do up 3, and then 1, 3, 1, 3, which is pretty simple. We're going to do this all the way to the back, and it should end with just 1. Now obviously these blocks are going to be mixed, so I'll just quickly do that. And then on top of all those blocks we're going to be placing stairs facing into the building. So on top of that one, and then there, remembering to mix it up with what stairs you're using. And there you go, that's the support done on this side, so we're going to do that exact same thing over on this side. So over this side we can see the terrain's a little bit different, so it's higher up here than down here, and you essentially want to map the blocks to the terrain. So because this is higher, the pillars are actually going to be higher. So we're starting 1 here and then 3. So here we're going to place 1, and then it's going to be 3, 1, 3, and then here where it drops down it's still only going to be 1 even though it's gone lower. So then 3, 1, 3. Pretty simple, just like that. Now obviously this is relatively flat, so you're not going to notice much of a difference, but if you're doing this building on a steeper hill, it's going to be important that you use this rule, because you're going to get an effect sort of like we have over here, where as you can see the supports come down with the hill, and it makes it blend in with the terrain a lot better, and it ends up looking heaps better. So then obviously you place the stairs on top once again. So now we're going to move on to the front lower part. So if we just come straight to the center here, we're going to want to place 5 blocks starting from the center. So it's just 5 along like that. And then in front of those, we're going to want to put some slabs. So bring 5 slabs across just there. Then on either side of that, we're going to place 4 bits of grass. Now obviously that's going to blend into the terrain there. We can probably just cut that back a little bit like that. That looks fine. And then 4 blocks on this side as well. So now in the corners we're going to place a block with a stair on top of it, so it's the same as what we have there, and then same on this side. And then along the front we're going to be placing some upside down stairs going outwards. So starting from the slabs, we've got a stair there, and then just bring it all the way along to that block there, so you can see the dirt through these little holes here essentially. So then we're going to cut out a hole for the door. So in the middle here it's going to be 3 by 4, so 3 along here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the shape we want to do just there. And in the corners we can place an upside down stair just to curve it around a little bit. Now we're going to have a window either side, and that's going to be 2 by 5. So if we start at the ground, we're going to place 2 stairs in like that, and then the hole above it, so we're going to be, so it's obviously 2 blocks wide, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 1 high, I think, yes, just like that. And in the top we're going to be placing stairs like that, instead of facing towards, we're going to be curving it at the top. And then same on this side. So now in those windows we can just place some spruce fences, so it's just going to be like that. Don't worry about this little gap at the top, you can't really notice it, and it doesn't even look too bad. So that's fine. And then obviously same in this window. Just like that. And now for the door, I'm just going to place a temporary floor just here. And then the door is going to be, we're going to place 1 door, spruce door in the center. You can use dark oak as well, but I think spruce suits a castle a little bit better. So 1 door in the middle, and then either side we're going to be placing trapdoors like that. And then obviously extend the trapdoors all the way to the top. So on the inside we're going to be getting a 3 by 4 door shape like that. Then from the outside that looks like we've actually got a curved door. Now to style up the front a bit, I'm actually going to place some banners. So these are just some simple ones that I made. So it's going to be 2 banners long, so just like that, and it's just a little cross. It's really simple. 2 little banners that I made, and they just look really cool, give it a bit of color. Obviously if you have your own banner for your own castle, that's where you want to put it, but that's all up to you. And now just to give it some color, we're going to be placing some flowers in these beds out the front, just like this. So just spread around some random flowers. The two high flowers look very good in my opinion, so we're just going to place them in there like that. So that is actually the whole bottom section done. So next we're going to add some windows in this section just here. So you get yourself some stairs and some walls, and we're going to start poking some holes. So for the middle one is going to be a big one, so just come to this block here and leave one above it, and then break a hole in there. And we're essentially going to bring this all the way over to this side, so it's going to be a 5 by 5 hole. So that's 5 along there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bring that along, and we should get a big square shape just like that. Now in the middle we can replace this block with a stair, and then on either corner, bottom corner, we're going to place a stair facing outwards like that. And in the top left corner we're going to place a stair like that, and in the top right a stair facing the other way, so they're going to be facing inwards from the sides. Then we're going to get some walls and place a pillar of walls just like that, remembering to mix in some different walls, and then the same one here like that, and then we get 2 little or 3 little holes slash windows like that. Now the windows on the side are going to be a bit different, so leave 1 block there, and we're going to be breaking a 3 by 4 shape there, so 3 along and then 4 high like that. And we're going to be placing a stair in the top right corner and in the bottom left corner, creating a sort of diagonal shape like that. And then in the center we're going to be placing a wall going up the middle. Then we're going to be reflecting that shape but on the other side, so 3 by 4 hole like that, and on this side obviously the stairs is going to be in the top left and the bottom right. And then obviously add the wall in. So now in the window we're going to place our spruce fences. Now keep in mind these aren't going to connect to the walls, but we're actually going to be adding some panes on the inside to make it so it's actually solid. So the fact that they don't connect is fine, because we don't actually need them to. So placing them in like that, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to add some windows on the side. Now these are going to be very, very simple. So starting it right in the middle, we're going to come up 3 blocks, or actually just 2 blocks, sorry, and then place a stair. Replace that block with a stair is what I mean. Then break 4 blocks above it, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and a stair at the top, but upside down, and then 3 spruce fences in the middle. So then leave 3 blocks and add another one, the exact same size, just here. So we're going to be breaking out a 5 by 1 hole, and then putting stairs in the top and bottom. And then same on this side, so 3 blocks, 4, cut a hole here, and fences, and there we go. We got 3 windows on the side. And we're going to do that same thing over on this side as well. So now we're also going to make windows in the towers, so it's actually going to be the exact same size as these ones here. So if we count from the center of these, from the stair, we're going to be leaving 2 blocks, sorry, and then on the third one, that's where the window is going to start. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stair in the top, stair in the bottom, 3 fences, just like that. And we're going to be doing that on all the exposed corners. So for this tower, it's going to be there, and one here as well. Just like that. And then this tower, it's going to be here and here. So I think you guys should be able to understand that. So now we need to start on the roof. So firstly we need to place a little stone section coming across here. So starting from the middle here, we're going to place 2 upside down stairs either side of the center. So this is obviously the center here. We want 2 stairs like that. And then coming along, we're going to place another one there and another one here. So we've essentially got an upside down stair every second block in the middle bit there. Then on top of those stairs, we're going to place a block. So I'm just going to mix up some blocks like that, just like that. And then on the lower half of the blocks in between, we're going to place a slab. So coming across here, pretty simple, just like that. And then finally, on top of each of the full blocks, we're going to place a wall. Now it's going to be the exact same pattern on the back. So if you look at the middle, place 2 stairs either side, and then bring it all the way along. Then blocks on top with walls, and slabs on the lower half of the blocks in between. So obviously the sides are going to be a little bit shorter, so we're going to be starting in the exact center. So there's going to be 1 in the center and then 2 either side with a space in between. And then obviously repeat the same thing. Very simple. So we're going to be placing a roof in the middle here, which is just going to be connecting all these 4 sides together. So getting yourself some spruce blocks, we're going to start with slabs going across here, which will be the same level as these slabs here on the outside, obviously. So then one in from that, we're going to place some spruce planks, some full blocks. You can obviously put slabs on the top half, but you know, that's just up to you to save materials. So then we're going to move to stairs. So placing a line across there and then another one. And we can essentially keep bringing this up. So it's going to be a little annoying to place blocks here. So I'm just going to place a block in the corner. So just diagonal from that one. And then that way we can use that block to place the stair. And just bring that across like that. And then obviously stairs again on top of that block. So then we can move to this side and just essentially do the exact same thing. But it's going to be obviously not as many blocks because it's thinner. But starting with the slabs and then blocks and then just continue the stairs all the way up to the same point. And this is obviously going to be symmetrical on all sides. So I'm just going to bring this ring across here so that we can do the point before doing the sides. There we go. So then it's going to be the same thing, so some more stairs going around. And then on the top, we're going to place a block in the middle and a stair on either side. And we can even place a slab on the top like that. So it's coming up to a central point there. Then obviously we just got to fill in these sections and it's going to be the exact same as what we've done on the opposite side. And there we go, that's the whole roof done in the middle. And as you can see from the front, it looks quite nice with that little point. So now we're going to be moving on to the roofs for each of the towers, which is going to be pretty much the same as these ones here. But obviously, you might not have watched that, so we'll get started on these. So starting off with some stairs, we're going to be placing an upside down stair on the top of each of those. So on the left and on the right of the front face. And then same around here. Leave the corners for the moment. And then we're going to be placing a slab on top of each of those stairs. So now in between, we're going to be placing a slab on the top half of the block in line with the stairs, and then same on these 2 corner blocks there. Then get yourself some walls, and we're going to place a wall on top of each of those slabs that we just placed. And then we can also place an iron bar on top of each of those walls. Now that it comes to mine, we can also add an iron bar on top of these walls down here on the lower section. I wasn't sure about adding it, but I thought I might as well because it always looks pretty cool. Makes it look like a nice little spike. Now that we've added that around the outside, we're going to do the exact same thing on each of the 4 other towers before we start making the actual spruce tower or the roof in between. There you go, that's all the towers around the outside done. So for the actual roofs themselves, you're just going to need some spruce planks, stairs, and fences for the top part. Now this might be a little bit confusing, so I'm going to be taking it kind of slow, but if you miss something, just pause the video and, you know, watch back. So we're going to start off by placing spruce planks around on top of these blocks just in a ring like that, very simply. Then in the center of each side, we're going to place another one. And on either side of those blocks, we're going to place a stair facing towards that block. So then we've got these corner ones, so we're going to place a stair coming towards us on the right side, if we're looking like that. So then we come to this side, and it's facing this way. Come to this side, it's facing this way. This side, it's facing this way. Now obviously that's not symmetrical, as you can see from the top, but that, instead of using slabs, if you use slabs, it'll be even, but you won't look as curved. And you can't really notice that isn't symmetrical from the bottom once you've done it. So that should look fine. But then just place a block in between where there's, you know, a gap, essentially. So just like that, getting a little hole in the top like that. Then on top of those blocks that we placed on the sides, we're going to place a stair facing the middle. And then on these corners, we're going to place a block. And on top of those, we can place stairs that face towards each other so that there's no gap in the middle. Do that all the way around. Like that. So now in between here, we're going to place 2 spruce planks this time, and then a stair on top. And do that on all sides, obviously. And then in between on these corners, we're going to place just 1 plank. Like that. And then we're going to place spruce stairs, coming from the side, doing the same method that we used earlier. So coming towards us on the right side. Then you can just fill in these 4 blocks up there. And on top of these, we're going to place 2 more planks. And then a stair facing the middle. Then obviously in the center, we're going to place 3 planks going up and then 3 fences as well. Now, if you have a flag for your castle, this is where you want to put it. Just attached to this, you can bring this up a little higher, whatever, do what you want. I'm not going to add flags, but if you want to, that's a good spot to do it. So now I'm essentially going to build that exact same thing on all 4 of the towers. But that's going to be a bit of effort for me, so I'm just going to be using World Edit and copying it across, obviously. And there we go, that's all 4 of the towers done. So that is actually the whole outside done, obviously other than the wall around the back, which we will do in a second. Now, there's a bit we need to do on the interior. Now, a lot of you have asked about the interior for this castle, because if you notice, none of these towers are actually filled in. So each tutorial I'm doing, I'm only doing the exterior or the main chunk of the castle. But what I have planned is in a future episode, once I've done the whole castle, essentially, I want to start uploading interior videos for castles, and in that I'm going to be going through, I don't know if I'll do the interior for the whole castle because that might be a very, very long video, but in the future I want to do an interior video, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the interior for every single one of these buildings, but just in a separate video. So you might have to wait quite a while for those, but that's just how I'm doing it, because if I do interior as I go, it'll get a bit confusing and quite long. But let me know if you like that idea of doing an interior video later on, because I'm quite excited about doing the interior design for all of this. But that being said, there is a little bit of interior we need to do for this building. Now, it's essentially just going to be the basic structure and not actually, you know, the design of the inside, because as you can see, it's very dark, very empty. We just need to do like the roofs and also some pillars and stuff in here. So follow along if you want to know how to do that. So we can start off with the floor. Now it's just going to be these stone brick blocks, obviously mixed in with everything. So that's just going to be at this level here. It's the same level as where the door is, obviously. Now the ceiling is going to be made out of spruce, and that's going to be on this level here. So if you want to measure it from the windows, so there's the stairs, it's going to be 2 blocks and then spruce. And this is all going to be spruce along here. Now for the bottom, we're going to be making this wall 2 blocks thick. So if we just put a ring around the door like that, we can then place some blocks in the corner as well and bring it to the top. Then we can also put a pillar here And one here as well. Now at the bottom here we can just place some upside down stairs, making a little bench sort of thing, like that. Now at the top we're going to place 2 upside down stairs with blocks above it, like that. So same on this side. There we go. And now I'm also just going to fill in this section here. And once again replace all the stone bricks with the mix. So now what we're going to place here is actually get some brown stained glass, because if you use brown stained glass, it's almost invisible. You can't really see it. It's kind of cool. It just sort of makes it, I don't know, that sort of murky color. From the outside, that looks really cool. So obviously we're going to place that going up to here. And that's why we made this wall 2 blocks thick. So if we come to the outside, looking in, you know, it's a little bit darker and it just looks really cool from the outside, especially with the fences there as well. Now, you obviously don't have to have the fence, the spruce fences. You can just use the brown glass panes. You can use regular glass panes. You can use whatever you want for the windows, but I think this looks really cool in my opinion. So that is essentially why we made that wall 2 blocks thick. So now if we come to these back corners, we can do a pillar in the corner, like that. And then same on this side. And then just in the middle of these walls, we're going to do another pillar. So it's actually going to be 4 blocks in between these 2. And now along the back, we're going to leave 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do a pillar. So that's obviously in the center as well. And then there's 5 blocks on that side too. Then same on this side. So leaving 4, putting a pillar in the middle. Now I'm just going to quickly place some torches in here so you can actually see what I'm doing. So then we're going to place a ring along the top. So just on the top corners, we're going to place blocks going all the way along. Just connecting all the pillars together. Now we're also going to add a pillar in the middle here, going up to the top. So we can connect these blocks along the top to that as well. And we can connect this to the front, like that. So now essentially in all these corners, we're going to be placing stairs. So we can do it just like that. They're coming off this pillar. We're going to be placing 4 around like that. Then 1 from here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there. Literally in every single corner, we're going to be rounding it off with a stair. So now we have these 4 little rectangles where you can see the spruce at the top, and we essentially just want to place a slab on the top half underneath each of the corners, just to round it out a little bit more again. Now at the bottom of the pillars, we can also place a slab around just to make it look like it has a bit more support, including in these corners here up against the front and the one in the middle as well. So that's essentially all I'm going to do. Once again, when we come back in here in a later video, we're going to be adding a lot more detailed interior, but this is just the basic support sort of structure that I wanted to show you. And this is just so that obviously if you don't want to wait for my interior video, you can use this as a foundation to start adding your own interior. So we're also going to be adding stairs in here later, but that's not something I'm going to be doing today. So we're just going to come up to the next floor and do something pretty similar. So we're going to come to the front up here where the large windows are, and essentially in front of them we're just going to replace these blocks with some spruce, just like this, these 5 blocks here. In fact, you can literally replace the whole thing all the way along there. And then same on these sides, and you can also do the back wall, just replacing these blocks and this side. There we go, so now we've got a fully spruce floor. So coming to the front, we're going to be placing a pillar in the corner, then also one in front of this, one in front of this block. We're essentially going to be separating each of the 3 windows. So then another one in the corner. So then we can place some blocks coming across the top all the way, and in the side ones we're going to place another 3, making it a little bit lower. And now in these gaps that we've created here, we're going to be placing our brown stained glass again. So that's what I mentioned earlier, which is why it doesn't matter that these don't connect, because oh, I did not know I could walk through that. But yeah, because there's going to be panes here, so it's not actually going to matter. So now we're going to be adding some more of those little pillars slash towers just to give the room some support. So we're going to be adding one here, one here. It's essentially just in between the windows, then one in the corner out the back, and this corner doing the same thing on this side. There we go. So we're then going to be placing, once again in the corners, some blocks going all the way across. Just like this, connecting them all together. And now the ceiling is actually going to be on this level here. So we can place blocks all the way along. And we're just going to be placing some stairs in the corners once again, just to round off each of these little bits. So we're not going to be placing any pillars in the center like we did downstairs, because we're going to be leaving this as one big open room. So also just place stairs on the top where the pillars are, facing, you know, just towards the middle of the room. And in the corners we can probably just put a slab. So there we go, we have the walls done. We just need to do this back. So we're actually going to be having a door out the back, and that's why I wanted the wall to come along, because if we cut out a 3x4 hole like that, the wall is going to be here, or at least where you walk on the wall, and this is going to be connected to that tower there, which we'll do in a second. So you've cut out this 3x4 hole. We're just obviously going to round it off with the stairs. Now just either side of that, we're going to place a pillar just here. So leaving one block, we're going to place a pillar there, and obviously this is leaving a 3 wide section here, so we can place our stairs in between as always. So we're then going to be adding our door here, but I'm going to be doing a little bit different because it's going to be partly open. So on this side we're going to place a door there, making sure the handle is in the center. Then above it just place 2 spruce trapdoors like that. Then on this side we're going to come in 2, so this second block we're going to place the door there, once again making sure the handle is facing this way. And then we're going to be placing 2 trapdoors there and 4 above it like that. So that's looking like the door is essentially open. Then you can get some spruce signs and just add them to the back to make it look like some sort of handles, or, you know, just make the door look like it's quite thick and got some detail to it. We can also add them on the bottom and the top there as well. Then coming to this side we'll do the same thing. Just 3 there though, because of the stair at the top. And there we go. Also remember to add some stairs here, which I forgot, like that. And there we go. That is the interior that I'm at least going to be showing you in today's video. So if you guys want to go ahead and decorate this in your own world, feel free to do whatever you want. I've just given you some basic structure just to fill it in. Obviously you're going to want some stairs or ladders to get up to the towers, but that should be pretty simple to work that out. Obviously you can fill this in, do whatever you want. That's all up to you until I at least get to it in my video, which will come in quite a while because I got to do the rest of the castle before I do that interior video. So last thing to do for this video, which is probably going to be pretty long. I'm not sure how long this video is actually going to be, but you know, it might be quite long. But that's alright. All we got to do is finish off this wall. So if you haven't seen my previous videos about how to do the wall, we're just going to start off by making essentially just one block all the way down to the ground at the spot at which we want the wall to be. So we're going to start at this height, bringing along here. Now we got to work out where we want to connect it to this, and now I want it to connect it at the same height as this block here. So if we bring this along on the center of this tower, obviously I haven't done the interior for this tower either, we're going to have the door here. So this is where the height of this tower is going to start, and we need it to go down to that level. So we're essentially going to be curving it out, and you know, this is where it's just going to be a bit sort of random. I'd say that's probably good like that. Might just make these go that way instead. And there we go. So that's how it's going to flow. Actually, I'm going to bring that down one more. That's probably all right. So now we're just going to bring all these blocks down to the ground.
You get kind of, you get kind of used to it. It's like getting good at searching. It's very abstract. It's trying to describe things.
So there we go. We've got our wall. I need to just quickly texture this, so that won't take too long. So now we just need to add some support to the bottom of it. So we've got one here. Just place 3 blocks like that, and then we're going to place 1 block, and then go up to 3, which is pretty much the exact same thing that I've been doing whenever I need to add support to a big face like this. So we're going to be going 1, 3, 1, 3 all the way along. And you can just connect it around this for the moment. Now obviously we're going to be extending the wall out further later, but for the moment we can just connect it around like that. So then place your stairs on top as always. Bring it all the way along to where we started in the corner there. So there we go, that's the support we've added to the wall. Now we just need to add the thing at the top. We could also add the support on the inside, so I'm just going to quickly do that here. Now we also need to add some slabs to this section so that we can actually get up. So just placing a slab to smoothen it out a little bit. You can even do a couple slabs if you want. I'm just going to do something like that. So now we're going to get our stairs and start placing some upside down stairs. So starting this corner, we're going to place one there on the top block itself, then leave one, place another one, leave this one, place one here, leave that, place it there, leave one just there. When there's a slab, make sure you're not placing it on the slab and you're actually placing it underneath the slab like that. So I'm going to leave one there, place one here, and then this flat section obviously is going to be very easy. We're just going to be doing every second all the way along, just like that. So then we can go ahead and put a block on top of each of those. And in between those, we're going to place an upside down stair. Now in a section like this, we can place the stair here, just to create something like that. I think that looks alright. So on top of the full blocks, we're going to be placing a slab, making it slightly taller, just like that. And then in between, on top of these upside down stairs, we're just going to be putting an iron bar. So there we go. So now that's the outside done, we just need to come to the inside and do the exact same thing. So starting here, we'll do a stair, leave one stair, leave one all the way down, just like that. Then a block on top of it, and we can even put the slab on it now, just to make it easier. And then we're going to be putting stairs in between. So we'll put a stair there, we'll put a stair there, no, maybe there. Yep, just like that. Then a stair there, and there. And last one goes there. Actually, this one needs to come down one. So just like that's fine. Then finish it off with the iron bars in the middle. I forgot to put one just there. Iron bar, all the way down to the bottom. And there we go, that is our wall done. So as you can see, we can actually walk up it because we put the slabs in, and we can get into this building, which I'll quickly add one of these down. So we'll break these blocks here and put some fences, spruce fences obviously, then a slab in the middle on the bottom half, trapdoors either side, and we can put the door in there like that. So there we go, as we can see, we can come along the wall and get into this building up here. And that is this entire building done. So there we have it, guys. That is how to build this medieval large tower, or whatever you want to call it. I still don't know. Obviously, this video was very, very long, but if you did sit right through it and watch all to the end, I love you very much. Now, obviously, because it's so long, I will add timestamps in the video description, so you can go down there, check them out, or they'll just appear on the time bar at the bottom. So if you just need to build a specific part, obviously you can look down there, and that'll help you out a lot. So if you guys did enjoy the video, then please do leave a like down below. It does help me out a lot, and also subscribe if you haven't already. But that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.